Well, welcome to tonight's stream. We are going to be doing good games from Hack the Box. I'd like to welcome you guys to the stream tonight. I am Protagonist, and I like to go through Hack the Box machines live and pretty much unprepared, just wanting to learn and get better at the tradecraft of pen testing and ethical hacking. And to do that, we will be using Hack the Box as the main platform for doing that at the moment. I'd like to welcome you all. Let me know where you're viewing from, and yeah. Welcome Merlin and Plutonium. Hope you guys are doing very well today. Let me know if it's AM, PM where you are. Also, let me know if the sound levels are good or if they're too much or too little, and we can adjust accordingly. Hello, Tausif Ansari, 3 p.m. in India. Hello, 9 a.m. Hello, CS Patrick. Oh, you know what I forgot? This. Welcome, ArcSec, 11:30 in Europe. Welcome. Well, I guess we can give this thing a start. As usual, I will start the machine, and at some point I will need to go put my son to bed. And yeah. So I am from Australia, so it is nighttime here. It is dark, 7:30 p.m. And this is what I do on my Saturday night. So as we were saying before, this is the machine we'll be going through tonight. This is GoodGames. I haven't prepared before. This one surprisingly doesn't have a guided mode, so we're going to be going through as much as we can by ourselves. And we'll see. So let me just spawn up the machine. $5 a.m. in Ohio. Nice. Nice. I wasn't sure if I'd get many people from the other side of the planet in the US, so there's some early risers. Thanks for joining and tuning in. This is cool. So this is a Linux machine. Let me just see if I can get chat over here. We want to get browser. There we go, browser. Cool. Yep. All right. Yep, so this is a Linux machine. From things that I've seen before, it is recommended as one of the machines to do as part of the CBBH, so Certified Bug Bounty Hunter path. That's purely from people that I've heard do the exam, and from people that have, and from some of the machine recommendations. We finally got an IP address. Yeah, so yeah, that's basically all I know. Good web machine. Is it fruitful to do the hack the box machine? So the question is, hey, is it fruitful to do hack the box machines, and does it align with real pen tests? Look, there's two ways to look at that question. You can either think of it as you're doing a CTF, right? And yes, it's a fake environment made up. But I think there's a lot of merit in being able to practice different techniques. And for me personally, when I do pen testing, especially as someone fairly new, there's a lot of the times there's things that I don't know how to connect the dots together in terms of, say I have a vulnerability like cross-site scripting. I want to prove impact to my client more than just popping an alert box, because that doesn't really explain what the problem is. A lot of the times with hack the box machines, you actually think through, okay, how can I get the most impactful thing out of this vulnerability that I'm finding? So if it's an XSS, you can then go and potentially get an RC vulnerability, or you can steal a session token to get into an admin account. There's multiple things. One of the seasonal machines had a vulnerability within an email service Roundcube, where it was a cross-site scripting, and what you could do is you could send an email to another user and perform a request on their behalf to read their emails. That's impactful. That's crossing a trust boundary of, you shouldn't be able to read some other user's emails, and someone did that using cross-site scripting, which is a pretty generic vulnerability. Most people just do pop an alert box, and that's kind of it. So for me, I found it really useful in thinking through, how can I communicate impact to a client, and how can I think of what is the most what's risky about having such and such vulnerability. It's a good way to practice on emerging CVEs, or just to get exposed to different techniques of, I guess, vulnerabilities and technologies that you probably wouldn't get in just your run-of-the-mill web app pen tests or internals that you do on a regular basis. So for me, it keeps it fresh. It helps with learning a bit more and just getting more exposure. So I hope that helps. That's kind of my take on why it's useful. ArcSec, I am doing season 7. So many as well see someone else suffer at the same time. So may as well see someone else suffer. Yes, this season has been interesting. Most of the machines have been pretty tricky from the beginning. So they've been fun though. I've really enjoyed them. Welcome Soham from DC. Man, it's so nice to see all you guys in here. All right, well, let's get a start on this. We have our machine, we have an IP address, and of course we want to take some good notes. I am going to put the chat away until we need it next. So I've set up a Notion page with the GoodGames thing. We'll add our IP address to here so we can keep it. It's an easy machine. It's a Linux box, and we're doing this on Hack the Box. So we want to do, firstly, we want to do our network scan. So I will make Good Games. And then we will do our network scan. So we're doing, basically what we're doing is we're doing an aggressive scan. We wouldn't do this on a client network straight away, but scanning all ports with -p- and then setting a minimum rate of the packets that we want to send to 5,000, which is huge. You don't want to do this in a production environment in a client's network, but we're doing this here because it is a hack the box machine and it just kind of speeds up the Nmap process, and I like to see what I'm doing, so we'll add -v. Do I do bug bounty? No, I don't. Not at this stage. I'd like to do bug bounty later on at some point in my career, but at the moment I don't really find the time to do it. I've kind of focused on still learning from learning resources, and I do a little bit, I do some hacking with work against real clients, but I'm kind of finding that this is kind of enough to keep me going. I would like to get into bug bounty just to get hacking on some real targets and potentially earn some income from it, but at the moment not really. I've tried. It is a painful slog from what I've seen and from what I've tried, so yeah. Alright, so we have just one port open. We will put that in here, and just for, we may need to add goodgames.htb to our Etsy host file. We'll also want to run, may take a little bit longer, so I'll just split my pane here. We want to run a UDP scan just in case, and do that aggressive, and yeah, while that's running we will go vim Etsy hosts, and nope, cancel that, that's not what we want. We want our IP address. goodgames.htb. Cool. Alright, and with that I will create a new screen, and I need to open up Firefox because we have a web server and Kaido. We'll open a container, start up our Kaido instance. Is that killing anyone else? That's how bright it is? Jeez. What's going on? Alright, did we get anything? No, but we will do our 1,000 ports. Probably take a while. And then what we can start doing is our enumeration Actually, let's do GoodGames. Games.htb. And we want directory. Oh. Filter size 9265. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm going to use FUF to do some brute forcing of the directories and pages. And the way that we're going to do that is using this command. This fzf word list is just an alias to kind of run through what word lists I have on my system. And we're doing this fs here, which is filter size 9265, because here we have the size is 9265 and it's giving us everything there. So because that's happening, we don't want to get everything there. We usually use the directory list 2.3 for Hack the Box machines, because that's generally where the pages are going to be stored in. Hang on a second. Ignore comments. And I'm going to run this another time. There we go. All right. So we have a login page, a blog, a profile, a sign up, and a logout redirect, and then a page, plain home page. So the FZF is a really, really cool tool. Let me just see if I've got. I haven't set this thing up myself. GitHub. I think it's this one. Yes. So what it is it's a fuzzy finder for your command line. You basically, it helps you query within your entire system to find certain files just by typing in like something related to the file, whether it's the name or contents and that kind of thing. It's really awesome. If you want to see a really great video on it, NeoSpring has done an awesome video. You probably watched this one. Let me just dump that in the chat. Add that one, and that is not what I wanted. Where are you? I don't actually remember his name. See if we, here we go, Chris. This guy, he has a really cool video on this thing. Where are you? Where are ya? Ah, here it is. It's right in front of me. This video is amazing, and it's just so good. Let me just chuck that in there. Seriously, go and have a look at that. It will kind of explain what FZF is. It's a fuzzy finder. It basically helps you search through your command line. So what it does within this, we're running it within these like quotes. And so it runs the command first, and then this alias first, and then runs the full command. That's how Bash works, if you weren't aware. We have a few more minutes for that. All right, let's hit this. Where's Kaido? Why are you doing this? There we go. Ah, here we go. Cool. And we'll delete all this. All right, we go good. Games.htb. All right. While this is going, I need to go put my son to bed. So I will be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. We will continue hacking this. What's up? I'm back. Okay. Sorry for being obnoxious. I just felt like I needed to do that. All right. First observation is this looks like a legit web app. This is pretty cool. It has like quite a bit of features. So we have a user here, Wolfenstein. What else we got? We have a Hitman, Witch Murder, Wolfenstein. We have a store, which is coming soon. Enter your email. Let's do that. Test.com. So one of the first things you do with like any kind of web app pen testing is you literally press all the buttons, because you never know what you might uncover. So here we have a sign up feature. So let's do test@test.com protagonist and a super secure password. Alright, so we've registered. Test@test. Password 1. Alright. There we go. So we have a profile page. Protagonist profile, welcome to your profile. You can update your profile, blah, blah, blah. This is interesting. So if we can change the password. Alright, so I entered the same password twice there. Where's our post request? Yeah, that's the same. We also have a session token here. So we'll have a look at that in a second. Password reset didn't work twice. A login process. This is where the session token is set. It's HTTP only, so we can't steal it from another user. It's not part of this. Sorry, was that why not? Why can't we steal it from the user? All right, so our UDP scan is finished, and so there's nothing there. So at the moment we only have port 80 that's open that we can see. We have a few pages here, so what I'll do is full screen this. So we'll save that into our thing. We only have port 80. Let's get rid of these. So if fuff scan that there. Let's not wrap the code. So Soham asks, why can't we steal a token that has the HTTP only flag? Is because HTTP only, when we set that on a cookie, what it does, it basically tells the browser that this should only be accessed over HTTP. Whereas on a cookie that doesn't have it, it means that JavaScript can interact with that cookie and do whatever it wants to. So say we perform a cross-site scripting attack and a user navigates to the vulnerable exploited page, we could potentially steal that cookie, send it to a server that we control, and then we could use that cookie to impersonate that user. So at this point, like that kind of, what I'm trying to say is seeing that HTTP only flag within our session token means we can't really steal it at that point. There may be some other things that we could do, but stealing the session token isn't the thing that we can do to then escalate our privileges within the web application. What I'll do next is we want to do a directory virtual host brute force. Where are you? So instead of setting the URL to GoodGames, we want to set the host, the header, to fuzz, and then goodgames.htb. And then we go fast filter size 85107, and I ignore comments. How does it feel to be the only person on YouTube to just not take Try Hack Me money, but to take the SLA with SAL without just spewing marketing garbage? I haven't done that certification, so I don't know. I saw it and I don't know. I wasn't super excited or impressed by it. I mean, the SOC level 1 training that TryHackMe provides is pretty good. I've done a little bit of it, not heaps of it. But I just found some of the marketing around it was a bit dishonest and unhelpful, and not. I get that they did a lot of research around what a certification should have and what employers are looking for, but the way that they marketed it was as if they'd been doing the certification thing for a while. So yeah. Yeah, I'm not big enough for someone to just to be given money from TryHackMe. So yeah. Look, I'm happy if they want to sponsor me to have my own thoughts on it, and I'll do the thing. But yeah. Yeah, that was another one. Google cybersecurity cert. I don't know. Like, I think it came out 2 years ago, and that was when I was kind of pretty early on. And I looked at some of the stuff, but I don't know. It's good if you come from like a zero background, but again, it comes down to marketing. Like, I think a lot of the times marketing kind of wins out with these platforms, and they like to market themselves as like the answer to your, unemployment, or the fact that you want to get into the thing. But like a lot of people say, certifications, they're not a golden ticket to it. As Patrick McCoy has just said, like, Google Cyber Cert is a great intro, but like, for anyone, if you do your research, you don't actually have to pay and do the actual certification itself. You can learn the stuff by going to Coursera and auditing the class for free. You don't do the assessment or anything like that, but you can still practice the stuff. You can still do it. You just don't get assessed for it. I think that's just as valuable, in terms of like what kind of level the cybersecurity cert is pitched at. It's very like entry, new intro stuff. And that kind of stuff, I don't think you should be having to pay that much money for, or at all, because it's pretty basic stuff. I guess if your goal is to like learn as quickly as possible, then potentially paying a bit of money to just like streamline that thing, because that's kind of what I did. Like, I started going to university, realized that it was a waste of a lot of my money, and just went, I'm going to learn pen testing, and I just went for a couple of certs to kind of streamline and quicken my learning path. But each their own, I guess. It just depends on what you want to do and what you want to get out of it. $100%. SAL. So yeah, SAL is one of those things. It's touted as something that it's really not going to be, and not what it is. All right, so let's see. We have a login, a blog profile, sign up, forgot password, coming soon, and service status. So coming soon is the store. We did this before, but I want to see. Where's my... I want Kaido open. Did that send a request? Post JSON. Here we go. All right, so we have some sort of ID here. Time-based thing. What if I do games at test? Okay, so that doesn't change. It's an what's this? What is this? Okay, so that's kind of like a... Ooh. So we have a store site thing. So this is Burp Suite's newest competitor, which is Kaido. It basically has, I would say, most of the features of Burp. The intruder feature is fully like unthrottled, which is amazing. It has the same thing as Repeater, but it's called Replay. Basically does all the same things. There are a few quirks that I found, like if you go to highlight text and you want to do, say you, and now it's frozen. Say you want to like URL encode or decode and that kind of stuff. It's a bit more finicky with that kind of thing. But I find it really good, especially CTF wise. It does have like some paid options, gives you a bit more support, and unlocks some of the features. Yeah, me too. I hate how slow Burp is. I use Professional at work and it's yuck. It's just yuck. How long did it take me to be job ready? Freak, I don't know why this is broken. Let me just start that again. There we go. For me, it took, I want to say, about 2.5 years of study. So it takes a while. It took me a while, but that was, I have a family and stuff, and I was pretty highly motivated for it. But yeah, for me, it was about 2.5 years. I was really lucky. Someone contacted me for a job. That's not everyone. They'd seen the stuff I'd been doing. So if any advice that I could give is literally put yourself out there, show your work to the world, because that's really worthwhile doing. All right. I wonder, let's have a look. Webhook.site. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll copy this email hook, go back to here, and we'll subscribe. I'm just using this to see if we get any callbacks out of that website. to the internet from this, whatever this is, nkdev thing. Akamai Ghost. That wasn't helpful. You don't reckon? Like, it had the same title. That GoodGames. I mean, it could have just been pulled for the box. Oh, here we go. We have a block. This is a test comment, and this is how I test first for HTML injection, because it might be, what the flip? Do I need to be signed in? Is that my issue? No, I'm signed in. What if I just do that? Nope, 500 page. What? Method not allowed. Oh, here we go. We have an API. Submit blog. So you probably send that to replay and set that to a, let me just, can we change, yep, there we go, post. Okay, so we can send a post request to this API endpoint. There. Still has this internal server error. So you're saying that it might be DB problem. I guess that makes sense. So blog/1 is that. Is there a way to see the profile of another user? Do we have a 2? No. So we have a 1 there, but if we do this, that will normalize it, which is just, we could potentially have a path reversal here. CS Patrick, yeah, I reckon just give Kaido a go. Like, Burp Suite's great, but it's only really good when you're paying for it, and not everyone can pay for it. I can't pay for it. It's expensive. Look, I don't really want to sell it, but basically, Kaido in the free version, you can save your projects, which means if you're doing bug bounty on like 1 or 2 targets, you can actually save all the stuff you're doing in there, which Burp Suite doesn't do. We've been through there. Okay. So there's stuff that's there that we can't actually go to. Go to our profile. Clicking on everything. We can't change the password. I don't think this is WordPress. We could try wp-admin php. So that doesn't exist. Yeah, you can fuzz in Kaido. So basically, let's see if we can get one of our do we have a post request somewhere around here? Say we go to this here, we can send it to automate, I think. Send to automate. I just did that. I don't know why it didn't let me do that. We can just do the typical highlight that, add the placeholder, and then here we can set up payload. Geez, what is going on? I think it's having trouble with the automate page. I haven't updated this in a while. If we keep having these issues, I might have to switch to my Kali instance. Because at the moment I'm running things through Exegol, which is, I like it, but been having a little bit of issue with it. What haven't I done so far? We'll probably want to fuzz the API, because even if it comes back with nothing, then at least we can see what that wasn't helpful. I mean, we could do the WP scan thing, but I don't. The reason why I don't think it's a WordPress site is it just doesn't feel like one. So there are certain things that we could probably tell from it. Like, I might be wrong, but there's no like WP includes, WP-login. Like the standard WP stuff just doesn't exist, and that always exists. So that, for me, that's like a really good sign that it probably isn't. We didn't get a hit from here, so I think that that is not a thing. Log out. Forgot your password. What was our email? I'll just do that. Let's check that as well. I want to see what this is. It's not really anything that we can decode. All right, in that case. I think you're right. We could give that a go, making, that's not what I wanted. Making a profile with some special characters. We know there's an admin user. So we could just try something like this. So we added a space at the front of that. Okay, so welcome page, welcome admin. Oh, we have an admin panel. Cool. So we can't get there because I need to add it to the Etsy host file. So what we'll do is we'll copy this over. Host, and then we will do this. So if you just missed, what I did, right? So as Patrick did, basically what happened was when we were going through the blog, I'll go back. So cool. All right. So when we go through the blog, this post, when we clicked on it, we saw that it was by the admin user. So I went, that's showing the nickname of the user, not the actual like email of the user. So I wonder whether if I assign this same nickname to my user, will that mean that I can kind of can I take over that account? So then we created a user with the admin nickname. I also kind of guess that they probably have GoodGames.com or something as their thing, because it might come up that it doesn't let you create the same user or something like that. So I added a space to the front of it just as a check. I totally forgot that it wouldn't be .com, it'd be .htb because of the box. But basically what we did was, because this nickname is admin, there is some logic on the back end of the web application that goes, if the nickname is admin, then reveal this setting page. Does that make sense? That's the logic on the back end of the web application. So now we see that we have Flask Vault sign in, add your credentials. We don't have those. So if I do this, it's gonna tell me that it's the wrong thing. So open source Flask dashboard. Let's have a look. That's yeah, 100% ArcSec. He said that normally this would be tied to a role/group, not nickname, but logic could be the same in real life. So yeah, 100%. The idea behind it is that it's treating the nickname as the username and using the username as the condition on whether it shows the internal functionality or not. That's not something you want in a web application. You don't want to be able to reveal that kind of internal functionality simply based on the username. You want to limit that to the role of the user, like having an admin role or something else that is an attribute to the user's, like the user object. Alright, so Flask Vault, sign in, let's have a look and see if we can find some information. Dashboard. I think you're right. Let's have a look at the default credentials. So Vault Dashboard is a free open source Bootstrap 5 dashboard template featuring over 100 components, blah, blah, blah. So it's a Python thing. So it was what, test and pass? No. That's not going to help us. See if there's anything. It could be admin and something else. Just see what. Did I start up Kaido again? I did. So we have our login. It has a CSRF token, but I think we could potentially do this. Let's hope that this doesn't get stuck again. Simple list, let's load from file. Now, let's see if we can find the stuff in here. Here we go. User. Oh, sec list. Passwords. And we'll just do this one. And we shall run it. So I'm just going to run this password brute force first, because I want to see so we're not getting blocked or anything. So far. I think, yeah, maybe we can try SQL map on this, because because it might be SQL injection on here. Let's try. Yeah, it's very quick. Let's just copy and paste this. So we'll do this. Vim login SQL. Okay, that's post. All right, so that should be good. All right, login SQL, cool. Map-r login SQL. And I think that's it. No, we can just do that. Yes. No dynamic thing, blah, blah, blah. How do you want to proceed? We'll just... Okay, so it hasn't level 4. Okay, target URL content is not stable. Content differs. SQL map will base the page comparison on sequence matcher. If no dynamic nor injectable parameters are detected, or in a case of junk results, refer to the user's manual. Page comparisons. How do you want to proceed? What's S? Run. Yeah, I've never used Ferox Buster myself. Just never done it, mainly because I've used like other things. Like Fuff is usually my go-to. All right, let's see if we can enumerate the version. So we have this. I don't know if that's way too small. That's a bit better. You know what we didn't do? What we didn't do was we didn't run Fuff on this. Fuff. C-W, we'll just do this. And directory. So we have a 403. Filter size 6672. So we obviously have a login, log out. So you guys reckon we just give it the old all1 equals 1. Except I need to do that properly. Test. So we have that. Nope, so that's not working. But let's see how the web app is. If there's any kind of interesting return session. What is this? Let's go 64 decode. Fresh, false. Login, bypass. Wonder if they have any like vulnerabilities. We have a write-up here. Let's not look into that yet. Issues. Security, nothing. Complete documentation. Let's have a look at the documentation. Blah blah blah. Is there a slight there we go. That's better for the eyeballs. Alright. Right, so that's that. Create users. Register? Do we? Oh no. Register? Nope. Why would you put in a login page that you can't actually access? That's just dumb. All right. Okay. So we know that they'll have a MySQL database. Yeah, we don't have a version number for this. I mean, we have like Bootstrap 5. But nothing super obvious from here. Let's see what we can get. See the debugger, they might have something in the static stuff. Come on, open up. Nothing there. Let's see if we got any hits here. No, we have a logout page and a login. That's still got a way to go. No. Just gonna get it out of SQL map because I think it's screwing with the that's not what I wanted. With the web server. Yeah, so we don't have a version. Let me just run, I want to see if I can run like that nmap scan again, just on port 80, now that we have the host name games.htb, because that might give us like something extra that we may have missed originally. What's this? Evox. No. Feel like we're missing some little detail, because I don't know, I feel like there's something that we're missing from here. Flask Vault sign in. Man. Just see if there's web generator Flask Vault. Where are you? This is not what I want. There we go. All right, we have Flask dashboard. Themesburg. This might be helpful. Nothing. Oh. And nothing. Exploit using Flask. Screenshots of the blog post. I don't think this is gonna be it. I mean, this is a 2018 machine, right? Where is it? That's not it. Oh no, 2022. So it could potentially be that CVE that we just saw. What description says SSTI? Like the machine info. So we reckon it's a server-side template injection. The box description. Let me have a look. SQL injection using Stronghow highlights the dangers of using a render template. SSTI. So I think we probably have SQL injection in the previous one, in this one. So if we log out, at goodgames.com, so what am I doing? I want to get Kaido back up. Where's my login? There we go. So this potentially has SQL injection. So, and I don't know why it does this, but for some reason in this thing, let's just try that. Okay, so we've found, let me just make that bigger. So it says post parameter email appears to be MySQL injectable. Yes, we will do that. And this might be the clue that we were missing before. We need to do SQL injection on this to then get information from the database. Right now we don't want to, so we want to, let me just pull out my notes on SQL map. We want to get, what do we want to get? So we want to batch everything. We want to we want to figure out what, yep, so tables. No, I think that's fine. I actually think that that's great. So we want to enumerate the tables, current DB, current user, yep, all right, so we go tables, current user, current DB, tables, there we go. All right. We will kill this just to make sure it doesn't get killed by all the stuff. Yeah, I will try that. Because it's time-based, it's going to take a while. This is going to take a while, isn't it? Yeah, that's so ArcSec. I reckon that will be the way to go. So if we can dump the users table, then we can get then we can get the password hashes. Yeah, we won't use the intruder feature at this point because I think what the steps are is we dump the database, we crack whatever password hashes are present, and then we move to use those users and passwords on the new thing, because they're probably going to be reusing the passwords on the internal admin page. I think what's getting dumped out now, fetching current user. So this is main admin at localhost. So this may be the user that we're looking for. I wonder if there's a way to make this go a TDB faster. SQL map threads. Okay, so we can do threads to increase it. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... So currently we have how many threads? I don't know. We'll do 10. And we'll see how that goes. Just putting on some different music. Okay. I think I want something a bit more chill. There we go. Alright, so fetching current database, main, number of databases, there are 2. Is there anything you guys want to chat about while we wait for this thing to dump out information schema for us? Hey Zerzex. This is taking a while. What do I do for fun? That's a really good question. I do this for fun. I do a few things. So I play a bit of guitar. And what else do I do? I have a couple of kids, so most of my time gets occupied by them. I do a little bit of reading, not a lot, but I've been reading through the Divergent series, which is like, it's been good. It's been interesting. Yeah, that's kind of all I do for fun at the moment. I've been really focused on my career, and I don't really have much time outside of that to do stuff. So it's either career or family stuff. Yeah, I'd like to do a bit more music in the future, get back into it. Yeah. Do I still attend CTFs? Um, Not as much as I used to. I am currently I'm gonna run a CTF locally at a conference that we're having in 2 weeks. Tomorrow we're having our dry run through the CTF and see how everything kind of works. And then, yeah, so I wrote up a couple of challenges. I didn't write them up. I made a couple of challenges, designed them, coded a web challenge, and then did a couple of other forensics challenges, which is fun. So that's kind of, at the moment, like, Hack the Box is kind of the only CTFE stuff that I do. Again, I don't really have time for it, and I'm like basically studying Hack the Box Academy and then doing this kind of stuff. Machines, just to get my skills up better. Yeah. How's the job market for red siding your side of the world? Look, it's pretty lean. It's not a lot. Yeah, I think a lot of companies, they use recruiters here in Australia, and so the red team side stuff that you do hear about is usually mid to senior. Any kind of pen testing role is like mid and senior. There's very occasional junior positions. It's kind of the same. I remember a year or two ago, I was listening to one of the top recruiters in Australia talk about he was talking about the market, and he basically was like, there's a huge emphasis on pen testing and red teaming and all of that, but it only makes up 3% of the job market of everything that's advertised, which I thought was really interesting. Yeah, so there's definitely a lot more blue team stuff that's out there. That's why, like, even in my role, like, I do half and half. I do half pen testing when we have clients to pen test, and then the rest of my time is doing SOC work, and working with clients and that kind of thing. So, yeah. Merlin asked, "Do you mentor people?" I would love to be one of them. No, not at the moment. I don't feel confident enough to mentor people in terms of my experience. Like, I'm 30. I have life experience, but in terms of experience for career and that kind of thing, I don't actually have that much. So I wouldn't feel super comfortable giving out heaps of advice on a one-to-one mentoring relationship type thing. Yeah. CS Patrick says that he does machines on Hack the Box, but not the Sherlocks. I haven't done Sherlocks either. I want the CBBH. Yeah, I have done the CBBH path. I haven't done the exam. That's definitely one of my goals, either this year or next year. I really want to do the CPTS. Like, I think about the CPTS a lot, and I really want to do it. Which is really, really nice. I really want to do CPTS, but I do want to do CBBH just to see what it's like. I've really enjoyed the Hack the Box Academy training, and I've learned a lot from them, and they're very practical. Like, the stuff that I've been learning in the academy, I actually directly apply to my job, which is really nice. So that's always really great. Okay, so we know we have you done CBBH ArcSec? You're right, Merlin. I know something. Have you done both of them? Alright, let's kill this because I don't want to dump everything in information schema. What we'll do is we will get rid of this and we will follow the advice of ArcSec. Bro, I have mad respect for you. Pull out my notes again. Dash D main dash T user. Yeah, I want to do both, really, because they're just really cool, and from everything that I've heard, that they're really real world like. I don't know if that was your experience, ArcSec, but I feel like the Hack the Box Academy courses, at least, have been quite realistic and how can I say it, like very in depth. They're not skimping on stuff. Yeah, so it was gonna CS Patrick said the information schema, it was going to start dumping out the tables for that. So right now it's enumerating the columns for the table, and then it will start enumerating the entries. Did you get both, ArcSec? Did you pass both on the first try? Or did you have to resubmit a report, or did you run out of time? How did you find the 7-day and 10-day thing? Because I'm thinking of doing like CPTS. I can't really take time off to do CPTS. So I'm thinking of just doing it in the spare time that I have and just taking it as like one 20-day long exam instead of just being like, I'm going to hammer it out in 10 days. How did you find it that way? That's fair. That's fair. I have a feeling that like it's designed to be like it's designed from like oh wow, failed CPTS 3 times. That's commitment. Like I don't know if I could go back to it. Maybe twice, like on the second go, but 3 times, that's, yeah. Entries for the table, blah, blah, blah. There's 3 entries. So we can see here we have 3 columns, the email, password, and the name. And then from that, we're just dumping out, there's 3 entries according to this. So now we're just dumping out the email name. I'm guessing it's going name, email, and then password. So at this point, admin. Yeah. What you CS Patrick, what that does is it just tells you what tables there are with the dash tables. What I'm doing is going, I want to dump from the database main the table user table. So that's what that's why I've done the command this way. So you're on the right track. What your command is doing is just telling you what tables exist. It doesn't actually dump out the contents of the table. ArcSec says a hard part is starting all over after failing, knowing that you missed something, so you redo everything from scratch and try to find the place that you missed. Enum is king. Yes. So I failed, as a lot of people know. I failed the PMPT the first time. And I was really stuck on a bunch of different points, which killed the amount of time that I had. So once I started working in the field, I gave myself about a year break, then smashed through the practical ethical hacker course again, and like it wasn't super in-depth go through, but just kind of a reminder. And then I went through some of the Hack the Box Active Directory enumeration and attacks module, and that really helped. And then once I got into the exam, I just spent a lot of time just doing enumeration instead of just thinking about attacking. So that really helped. All right, so we have a hash coming through. So once that has come through, we can start, while it's still dumping, we can try to crack it. And that's the big thing, like with hacking, it's just all about enumeration. It's trying to find all the information that's there and relevant. So, yeah. Do Zephyr first for CPTS. Yes, I intend to do that. Once I'm done going through the pentester pathway, my intention is to go back and do all of the skills assessments, potentially all of the labs as a refresher, and to work on Zephyr, just to get used to that like multi-machine environment. Because I've done one internal pen test before, and that was like lots of machines, blah blah blah. But I haven't done many of those, so like I've only done one. So it's just different. It's a different beast from when you do one machine to doing multiple. All right, so we will. We'll go admin hash. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this hash into this file. Why isn't this copying? Okay. Here we go. Alright, so now hash cat main hash user share wordless. Fuck you. Alright, I reckon that is a MD5 -M0. Okay. There we go. So we got our password there from our password hash. So so that was their admin. And then super administrator, sign in, and we got in, yay. All right, so we got one step further. Right. All right, let's, what else have we got here? Protagonist, that's me. I'm guessing there's not really, there'll be the, is there a need to keep dumping this out because we've got access there? I don't know. What's this? Project stand up. Is there anything here? So we can create a new plan. No. Doesn't show anything. Do this, overview, new task. We can upload a file, we can preview security. What, do we have a version number? No. Settings. So there's a bunch of stuff that doesn't work. Does this? Okay, that's still dumping out. We'll just keep that running in the background. Nope, can't make that. Add a widget, no. Upload files, no. Preview security, no. Upgrade to Pro, no. Yeah, no, we only get the box, we only get the user flag when we actually log into the box with the low-level user. So I'm guessing that's where this point is gonna go. What's this? Should really be looking at Kaido at the same time. Making any post requests apart from a login. Nope. Might be able to get like a version name from here, from just the Vault.js. Okay, Vault.js. Where the heck are you? There you are. No. Where are you? Another one there. see if we have. We go, no. Just trying to find the original Vault.js because there might be a version number in there. We don't want it to be 304. We want it to be 200. There we go. 2021. We have an old version of Python too, like Python 3.6. We're up to 3.12. No, 13. We're up to 3.13 now. So, hey McGregor, yes, we are using Kaido currently. I'm trying to see if I can find the vulnerability for this one. Flask Vault. What's this called? Dashboard CVE. What? That's not even how you spell your name. That's great. Alright, so how would we test for template injection? Like, I haven't done that much. Because I'm guessing we can then get a shell. Unless we can error out this page. So if we just look for customer, yeah, I guess so. But I mean, I'm not a huge fan of just like shoving payloads everywhere, because you just don't know, you know? This invite, no, that just throws us to the top. Yeah, that is really annoying sometimes, McGregor. So just keep, I don't know. Does this give us a thing? We have transactions. I mean, we could try that. That's not a bad idea. Did that come out anywhere? No. Let's give that a go. So if we go to the profile, I guess this is the only place where we get, sure. Flip, man, you're asking me for lots of things. Aha! You guys were right. So we've got template injection in the name. So that means if we we could do something, try to do something tricky. Or let's do this. Oh, okay. All right, so we have template injection here. Let's have a look and see if we can find any information from the environment. Nothing there. Yeah, but I think, like, I found this site, Exploit Notes, and they seem to have some good ones. So like we can give this a go, this first one a go, and we can see if we got RC that way. Because we might be able to get our machine to ping us, and if we can, and we capture it with TCP dump, then we'll be able to we'll be able to get a reverse shell because it's pinging out. Right, so we'll let's set that up for 4, and then we'll need to set up our TCP dump. TCP dump -I times it. Wait, do we have? Yeah, TCP dump -I times 0. And then what was the? I'm trying to remember what the ICMP traffic. Okay. So -ICMP, cool. Nope. All right, let's give that a go. It may not be correct, but we'll see. Hey. So we got, yeah, so we got a connection. So we basically have RC on this server. That is really exciting. Love it. Friggin' love this. Alright. Alrighty. Okay. Let's do this in Kaido because it might be a little bit cleaner to send this stuff over. So okay, so if I do this, that will send me an internal server error, but we've got more there. Clear that. We have a Python server, so we want to do a a reverse shell using Python, possibly, right? That would probably be the best way to do it, and it will be pretty stable. So what's our IP address? We got 10, 10, 14, 12. 14, 12, 9001, and we want to use Python. So we just want the inside of this because things are already running it, right? Because that, we're already running that. Is that right? Alright, so what we'll do is we will... This is the only thing I don't like, one of the only things that I don't like about this thing, Kaido, is that it doesn't really do the URL encoding great. Alright, so let's set up our pwn. No. Alright, we'll send this off. That gives it an internal server error, and it didn't work. Alright, cool. I love that. So I'm actually running, so I'm using this, what's it called? This Docker container thing called Exegol within my Windows machine. So it's running directly on my OS. Let me just minimize all this so you can see, like, this is my Windows machine here. I've opened up PowerShell and then run Exegol on here, and then that is basically what I'm doing. I think I'm overcomplicating this. Like, let's not do a whole Python thingy. Let's just do a basic bash reverse shell, because we know that the other thing worked well. So let's go back. What's this? Decode. Alright, so we'll put this in here. Code that. And we'll send that. Again, we don't get anything back. Why is that? I wonder if we can get... I wonder if they've got SSH keys. So we could potentially just read those. So if we just do this. So what we want to do is see if we can figure out who is in the home directory. Did I break it? Let me just get back onto this here, and what we'll do is we'll go this cat Etsy password. Save that. Oh, we have a reverse shell here. Jeez, I'm thick. All right. So 10, 14, 12, 9001. Yep. Cool. And save. Did that work? No. Dang it. All right. Try this one. Actually, maybe this one is the problem. So if we do this, and then we decode this bad boy. Yeah, I don't think Netcat's on there. I just threw my mouse. Base 64 encode. Oh, I hate having to fill these things in. Oh, we got a server hang. Heh. Nice. Okay, so we have, at least we have this. We have the user text, user flag. Bro, let's chuck that in there. Nice. That was quite a lot of steps to get onto the box, and I'm pretty sure, freaking heck, network error. All right, let's reload this. That was a lot of steps. What is going on? I'm having an issue. Okay, so I got the user flag, but I'm not actually allowed to do anything with it. That's right. So I am root on this container, I'm guessing, because that's what these usually are. Alright, so that's really frustrating. Oh, here we go. We're back. Alright. Submit that again. Ah, great. Alright. So we want to break out of this container. I don't know anything about container escapes. So we're going to go to hack tricks. Guess we'll go here. Yeah, we should try that, because that's something that I always do, but no, we don't have sudo, apparently. Breakout, here we go. Somehow you find that the Docker socket is mounted inside the Docker container, you will be able to escape from it. This usually happens in Docker containers that for some reason need to connect to Docker daemon to perform. You're saying run ID? We're already root in the container. So but we need to move from here to outside of the container. So we don't have any Docker sockets connected. We don't have any capabilities. Trying to see what actually so in this instance, the way that this application is running is it's running within a Docker container. The root user is apparently the owner of the application, so it's running within the context of root. And so then when we did our reverse shell using the server-side template injection, we were then able to get into the container using that. My thing is, I don't know enough about breakouts to escape easily, I guess. Let's go there. I don't think that there's SSH, because when we did our initial scan, let me do it again, like we didn't find SSH. I think we only found one port open, which was port 80. Yeah. So we have only one interface. Yeah, usually, but at this point, but in this instance, there isn't that. So city mount. But we have that this user so we want to see what they have in this file, but I don't think they have anything useful. No, linps won't work because it's a very limited environment. We only have a few commands that we can run. I think what I might need to do is find, I'm not really sure. Would it be in let's go back to Hactrix. Where is it? Here. I mean, we could use linps because it's just, yeah, let's just do that. Let's see if we can. Do we have curl? Yeah, we do have curl. Okay, and then B's. Where did I... Was it in strut? Yeah, it was. CP len .ssa. Alright, so what we'll do is we will curl HTTP 10.10, 14.12, and we'll do port 80 and then .sh. Alright. So running limpes, obviously we already root, so we'll get a bunch of stuff that we can already see. This might be helpful. That's our reverse connection there. Yeah, so there is, but that's not the issue we're facing right now. Like the issue is that we're root on this container, but we actually need to escape the confines to actually get to the proper machine. Because at the moment we're on the container. We have full root capabilities there, but we don't actually have any kind of permissions outside of that. So we need to kind of escape that Docker container to be able to do that. There we go, proc mounted. So if we go back to our the sensitive, where is it? It was a sensitive mounts. Exposure of proc, sys, and var without proper namespace isolation introduces significant security risks, including attack surface enlargement and information disclosure. These directives contain sensitive files that, if misconfigured or accessed by an unauthorized user, can lead to its container escape, host modification, blah blah. So we can modify kernel variables. Okay. So what can I do with this? All right, let's have a look. CD proc. Okay, so we have access to this. We have all our processes here. So what do I want to use? So this, okay, so proxys typically allows access to modify kernel. Proxys kernel core pattern defines a program that is executed on core file generation, typically a program crash, and is passed the core file as standard input. If the first character of this file is a pipe symbol, this program is run by the root user and will allow to blah blah. This would allow trivial code execution within the container host given any crash in core file generation. Simply discarded during. I don't understand. So if we what? I don't understand. Okay, so we got this. CTFO bins or GTFO bins? Yeah, GTFO bins. So GTFO bins is used to exploit binaries to escape stuff, but I don't know if that's useful here. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be able to do this because my brain is fading. I don't really get it. So, privilege escalation involves Docker hosting enumeration and shows how having admin privileges in account and a low privilege user on the host machine can be dangerous. Okay, but that doesn't. Okay. All right, I think I'm going to have a look at the write-up because I'm confused. All right, so have that. So a directory list of user blah 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 shows that instead of their name, the UUID is displayed as the owner for the available files and folders. This hints that the user's home directory is mounted inside the Docker container from the main system. I didn't know that. Alright, so if we cd to home Augustus and we go there we go. That's interesting. So the checking mount, we see, holy flippin' dooly, that's a lot of stuff. We see that the user's directory from the host is indeed mounted with a read-write flag enabled. Enumeration of the available network adapters shows that Docker usually assigns the first address of the subnet to the host system in the default. So 1902 might be the internal IP. Yeah, so we know that. Okay, so we do an internal scan of the network by checking what ports are open. But that didn't work. No. And I killed my session. Alright. I'm probably going to leave this here because I'm really tired and my brain isn't working. From this, I think that they have SSH is open, as it says here, and it's happening internally. So we'll be able to pivot from the Docker machine into the internal SSH via the thing. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right. I apologize for anyone that is disappointed that I didn't get root tonight. I wasn't expecting to get root tonight, but if you tune in next week, we will continue this machine and we will get root from here. We'll go from this point and continue. I will be fresher. I won't be as tired. Thanks for joining me. It's been really awesome hacking with you, and I hope you have a great day, night, morning, whatever. See you later.